Hello and welcome to Kuma's Kitchen. After a summer of not really baking anything because of the heat, because we're baking as it is in Osaka, it's muffin time, and I've made, these are maple walnut apple oat muffins, and yes, they are as good as they sound and full of goodness. There's there's a piece of apple right there. Apple, there's walnuts in here, oats, a little bit of cream cheese too, which just adds a little kick to them. And then on top, we've got a walnut streusel, which is basically the same streusel that we used in the apple pie cake recipe. It's just fantastic on here. It is still really hot. They just came out of the oven. Great. They're a little harder to eat them because they're still hot and they start to fall apart easy. Let them sit for a little bit and they'll cool down. Then they're not fully cool. You want them warm, a little bit of butter sometimes in there, although really they're so moist that I guess they don't need butter, but I love butter. All right, let's go in the kitchen and make some right now. All right, so we got here is the ingredients for the muffins over here and the ingredients for the streusel over here. So let's go over the muffin ingredients first. What we've got across the front, there's a half a teaspoon of baking soda, a half a teaspoon of salt, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, 1 egg, a quarter cup of maple syrup, a quarter cup of butter melted, 1 cup of yogurt, and boy, that yogurt is just fitting in there, 4 ounces or 110 grams of cream cheese, a 1 whole cup of walnut pieces. So you don't want them too big. You want them about like that size, like there. Perfect. Because they're going to be throughout the muffins. Over here, I've got 1 1/4 cups of flour. I've got here 1 cup of rolled oats, and not instant oats. These are just regular oats. I never use instant, so always make sure you use regular rolled oats. And here I've got 2 apples that have been cored. I don't peel them. You can peel them. It's up to you. I just wash them well. And then I've chopped them up finely, so small pieces. That's going to go throughout the muffins too. Then over here, the streusel fixings. And this is, if you saw the video for the apple pie cake about a month ago or so, that's the same. It's the exact same streusel that we use there. Oh, and by the way, I've had comments about, I've had a couple of people actually comment in the last one saying that I was saying streusel wrong. I'm from Switzerland. I speak German. Streusel is the way you pronounce it, okay? So let's not have any comments about that this time because, hey, it's a German word, okay? All right, so to make the streusel, what we got here is another cup of walnut pieces. This doesn't have to be as big as small because they're going to get chopped up anyways. 1 cup of sugar, brown sugar, and this is my usual, unrefined cane sugar. A half a cup of flour, and 2 teaspoons of cinnamon. So, first thing I want to do is mix up the dry ingredients. So that's going to be the flour goes in here, the baking soda and baking powder both go in here, and salt. And then just make sure they're nicely combined. So just kind of mix it around a little bit. Okay. And then once we've done that, we just set that aside for right now. So let's put it over there. All right. What do I do now? I'm going to put the apple over here and same with the oats because I don't read them right now. In a big bowl, I'm going to cream the cream cheese. So we're going to make that a little softer. Now that cream cheese should be at room temperature. It helps to cream easier. I took it a little late today because I just got here and it's pretty warm still, so that's creaming pretty easily. Cream that a little bit. And then I was going to add the yogurt. Okay, so we got the yogurt in there. And then just going to cream the yogurt into that cream cheese. That's just going to take a little bit for it to come together. But keep kind of creaming around and it will blend. All right, once it's mainly blended, we can add in the butter. Let's get all that in there. Okay, the butter, the maple syrup. And this is real, never use that fake stuff. This is real Canadian maple syrup. Yes, we can get it here. It is so worth it. A little shop in Tenoji over here nearby me. They bring in quite a few different brands of or grades of maple syrup. I always go for the darker maple syrup. I like the taste of it. It just has a bit more flavor as far as I'm concerned. It's actually graded as being not as good as the other stuff for some reason, but I like it. All right, let's get the egg in here. Okay, and then just whisk up that egg. All right, that's coming together nicely. Forgot something. There's one more ingredient that goes in the streusel, and it's still sitting over in their fridge because it comes out last minute chilled. Let me go grab that and I'll be right back. That would have been a pretty strange streusel without any butter in it because it would just be powder. So yes, you want to have a half a cup of butter chopped up in small pieces, and you do want to chill it again after you cut it up. So that's why it goes back in the fridge. I leave it in there to the last minute, then bring it out. So there you go. All right. I thought something was missing. All right. What I want to do now is I've got my wet ingredients all mixed up nicely. I'm going to add in the dry ingredients and just fold that all together. So do a little scoop and turn until the liquid gets into the dry. All right, that's starting to come together. Now you don't want to work it too hard, just until it comes together. And that's looking good. Now, I'm going to add in the oats, add in the walnuts. I'll mix those in first, and then I'm going to get those apple pieces in there. So just kind of, again, gently, quickly mix that together. Now I'll get those apples in there. Oh, that's going to be fantastic. These muffins are a treat. I haven't had muffins for a while. Well, in summer you don't want to be baking anything in here anyways, but just even last winter I don't think I made any muffins. Time to get back in that habit again. All right, look at that. That's going to be like just all apple and stuff in there. Okay, so I mix this enough so the apples are all incorporated into the batter. And once you've done that, just kind of cutting through. Okay, that is looking good. All right. Ooh, little piece of apple. All right, I want to make the streusel. So, first thing I want to do is we chop up those walnuts. That sugar can go in with them at the same time. And I'm just going to pulse that a little bit until the walnuts are kind of like grains of sand, basically what I'm looking for usually. And with the food processor, that never takes much. All right, so you can see there, a couple little pieces in there. That's perfect. Okay, so now we're going to put in the cinnamon, the flour, and the butter. And now again, I'm going to pulse it until until the butter is basically like large grains of sand. And then our streusel is ready. All right, let's have a look at that. That's looking perfect. All right, so our streusel's ready to go. So always give it a little mix up because, whoa, try not to spill all over the place though. So from the bottom there, in you go. Okay, now what we're gonna do, let's get that out of the way. The counter is getting crowded. I've got here is 2 6-packs of muffin cups. And I put the paper liners in there. So what I'm going to do is divvy up this mixture here into the muffin cups. You got to be a bit careful. This is not the easiest operation. There we go. I dropped it pretty nicely. Just keep doing that and dividing up amidst all the different muffin cups. And there we go. 18 muffins ready to go in the oven. Okay, we just started with 2 trays. Yes, forgot we needed a third one. I haven't done this recipe for a while. So, 18 muffins, and what we're going to do now is put the streusel on top. And actually, as I was making this, thinking, that's a lot of streusel for just 12 muffins. It's actually a lot for even 18, but what you do is just spoon that streusel on top. But don't worry if it gets a little messy. Just get it on there and in. It's going to melt in there. All right. Try to get it in the cup as much as possible. All right. There we go. Lots of streusel in all these. I guess use a bit more over here. There we go. These are going to go in the oven over there at 400 degrees Fahrenheit or 200 degrees Celsius for 25 minutes. And that's just, I'm going to bake up and get streuseled and ready to go. All right, there is a lot of streusel left over there. I think I doubled the recipe and forgot about it. If you do something like that, it's not a waste. Never ever waste streusel. All you do, throw it in the container, throw it in the fridge. Don't leave it out because the butter's going to start melting, right? So you want to throw it in the fridge, and then you could use it on anything else too. I've used this really good when I have some of this leftover. You want to make something delicious? Toast in the morning. A piece of toast, put a bunch of that on it, throw it in the broiler for just a little bit just to get that melting a bit, and then delicious. All right, I'll be back here in 25 minutes when these come out of the oven. All right, those have been 25 minutes in the oven. Look at that, looking great. Streusel's looking nice. Oh, a little browning there, but not too brown, so that's perfect. Good. All right. What we're going to do now is toothpick test or skewer test. Just kind of run that in there. Yeah, that's coming out good and dry, so perfect. Those are ready to go. A little hot to eat right now, but pretty soon. You want to, yeah, I mean, if you can, obviously some are going to get eaten cold later on, but if you can eat them within about 30 minutes after, just get them down to non-burning tongue temperature. A little bit of butter in there. Oh, man, fantastic. So enjoy these. All right, if you like this recipe, stick around. Oh, it's hot. Stick around. There's a lot more original Kevin Riley Kuma's Kitchen recipes here on the YouTube channel. I'm going to put that down. Whoa, that's hot. Also, make sure that if it's your first time or you haven't done so yet, make sure you subscribe and do click that notification bell when you subscribe, because that makes sure that you actually get. I hear a lot of people say they're not getting notifications, and that's because you didn't click the bell. It makes a big difference in making sure that you find out when a new recipe is coming up. Yeah, it just shows up in your inbox. You go, oh yeah, that looks interesting. I'm going to go check out that recipe. Otherwise, well, you're going to miss out. All right, so you don't want to miss out. Now go make these, enjoy, and make cooking fun again in Kuma's Kitchen.